Hello and welcome everybody, this is Omar from Team Ursaring bringing you our tabletop video content of this past weekend's League Cup that we had at Underground Games. We had a total of 7 rounds including Top Cut for this event. It was a lot of process to get this video short for you guys. I was able to get down from many hours to down to 2 hours, so please bear with. And we're going to go through the rounds. Our first round is going to be William against Kira. This is our junior division that we had our kiddos that day. And they were going for first and second since they were the only juniors at this League Cup today. So it looks like we're getting started. Now, I believe Kira is playing the Persephone version, and William is playing his Venusaur version of the deck, which is running the Vicabolt line for that fast-paced, load up Venusaur and start swinging with it. So it looks like William is going first, double net ball for those grubbins out. And now he's going to do Tapu Lele for that wonder tag search to get himself a supporter out. And looks like he is going to grab that Lily. So it's an explosive start on William's side. Playing down Stadium. Looks like he's going to Ultra Ball. Alright, so he's grabbing that Venusaur and just going to have it ready on the bench. That way when he gets those Vicabolts going, he's able to load up that Venusaur fast. And it looks like he clean hand Lily too as well with that Ultra Ball that helped him thin out his deck or thin out his hand for that clean Lily. Alright, so it looks like we did get a switch card. He switches into Venusaur for the active, passes over to Kira's turn. Okay, so Kira needs to get some Naganados going. So she needs to go ahead and find all that along with Ditto, I believe she's running, and a Persephone on board. That way she can start hitting for weakness on this Venusaur. So that's the one thing William is going to be afraid of against Kira's match, that fire weakness to him. But I believe he also runs weakness policies on his version of the Venusaur. So it looks like we got energy attachment onto the active. Pass over to William. William is place the electric energy onto the active Venusaur, and it looks like he's Cynthia. Get a fresh hand. He's trying to get those rare candies and Vicabolts out. And I believe if Williams is able to, so there's a rare candy. He's gonna go for, yep, he's gonna go for the Vicabolt, charge up that Venusaur, and I believe he's able to knock out this Tapu Lele if he chooses to do his GX attack. Alright, so strong charge. 2 energies out of the discard onto any Pokemon he chooses to. And it looks like he is going to attach it to the active Venusaur for 4 energies already. And he is going to GX. Okay, so the GX does 180 and it lets him shuffle cards if he has extra energies on the Venusaur. But it looks like he's just going to go for it and take out that easy 2 prize for him to stay ahead of the game. Because if Kira is able to get a Persephone going, this is going to turn out really bad for William. And for Kira's side, Vor State. Okay, so she did not play anything and it was going to be knockout. So that was the first round out there, guys. It went pretty fast. Kira was not able to pull out the Persephones or Naganados early as she needed, so she was not able to set up. If she was able to do that, I think it would have been a 50-50 chance here against William's fire weakness against Kira. So that was the first round for you guys, and on to the next round. I believe our next opponents are going to be Dennis against Lou. And I believe Dennis is playing his version of Zapdos with the Baby Buzzwole. And I think that Spice card of the Buzzwole GX as well. And on Lou, I don't remember what Lou was playing at the moment, so we're about to see what he ends up playing. Alright, so here we go. Okay, so it looks like Lou is playing a version of Buzzwole, I believe that's what he's playing. He's playing a version of Buzzwole straight with babies and GXs, and maybe a Lycan Rock as well. So Lou is going first. So it looks like energy attachment. Cynthia to draw some new cards into his hand to get some more basics down. Brooklyn Hill to search out for another basic because Dennis is going to be able to play a Zapdos and come in, swing, and get that knockout on the Buzzwole if Lou does not play anything else for his turn. So he chooses to get Diancie out to be able to do that extra 20 damage on all his fighting Pokemon. And decides to pass over to Dennis. Okay, so it looks like Dennis does have Nest Ball, Ultra Ball as well. Okay, so he is going to play that Nest Ball. Okay, so there's the Jirachis. And I'm sorry guys, I know the videos are really fast, but I had to cram down the time frame from 6 hours down to 2 hours. Alright, so he chooses to get that Jirachi out, that way he starts using that Stellar Wish ability to get some more cards in his hand. Okay, so it looks like we do have an energy attachment onto the active Buzzwole. Placed down the Forest Stadium. He chooses to shuffle. So I believe he played a Cynthia to be able to shuffle his hand again. So Dennis would like to see a Zapdos and maybe another Jirachi in play, just in case that one starts getting knocked out. A switch card would also be great, that way he can get that Buzzwole active and start using that Stellar Wish. So there is that second S-Ball. He is eyeing that Zapdos. And he wants to get those Zapdos because that Zapdos is able to take out those Buzzwole knockouts with the Electro Powers. And it's better to have the Zapdos up there since it is fighting resistance, so that the ANC on Lou's side is not going to do much. Okay, so he chooses to use the Stadium, throws away a card, and gets an Electric Energy to get ready for next turn. Alright, and passes over on the Lou. Oh, he Sledgehammer for 30. Alright, so he Sledgehammer for 30 onto the active on Lou's side, and Lou's turn. Lou plays down the Buzzwole GX. Okay, looks like energy attachment. Does he have a supporter in hand? Yeah, he wants to put down that choice band just to get out of hand. Okay, so it looks like Lou is going to bump away that Brilliant Forest Stadium for a Brooklyn Hill of his own, and opts to get the second Buzzwole GX out. And I believe he's just going to get them ready and set up for that Beast Ring turn to be able to set up multiple Buzzwoles and just put some pressure on Dennis' side of the board state. So it looks like he is going to manually treat or Acerola. Okay, so it looked like he Acerola into the active. And Jet Punch for 50 on the active, 30 on the bench. So he wants to start putting that damage on that Zapdos, because when that Zapdos comes up, since it's resistance, he wants to go ahead and start pinging that damage away. So when it comes up, it's easier for a knockout. Okay, so on to Dennis' side, he looks like a Skateboard, Energy Attachment, and Lily for 3, I believe. Okay, so Dennis does end up getting that second Zapdos out. And it looks like it's just a regular attack on Dennis' side of the board. He wants to start pinging away as much as he can on those GXs as well. It's a lot of pressure on Lou since he's only going to be taking single prize attackers. So Dennis can afford to lose a few Pokemon before really hurting or being in a bad situation. Okay, so Lou does pull out the third Buzzwole GX. He's just trying to thin his deck out to be able to get those Beast Rings ready when time comes to. Looks like Lou is shuffling and drawing cards. Well, he's going to opt to take the bottom cards. So choice band onto the bench, Buzzwole GX. Another choice band. Okay, he's just trying to thin his deck and hand down to get rid of unnecessary items that he does not need. Looks like regular Jet Punch again to the active and onto that Zapdos. So when that Zapdos comes up, it's going to be able to knock it out. Another jet punch to that Zapdos is gonna be able to bring it down. So it looks like Lou is gonna be able to get the knockout on that active Buzzwole on Dennis's side, and also potentially put another 30 on a different Zapdos to get it ready. So let's see what Dennis is gonna pull. If he can get that Zapdos up and start doing some damage onto that Buzzwole, is gonna be great. Because the active Baby Buzz on Dennis' side is only doing 32 to the Buzzwole GX compared to the 80 that he could be doing every turn, along with resistance. So he chooses to Sledgehammer again for another 30 onto the active. Passes over to Lou. I don't see energies on Lou's hand. Alright, so is he gonna eye that Jirachi or finish off that Zapdos? Okay, so it looks like he is gonna Guzma. That way it prevents from Dennis using the Zapdos to his full potential to hit for 80 damage. So because it's in the active now, he has to retreat it and somehow get it back into the active to be able to use that full potential of that Zapdos. So he is going to do the Jet Punch for the 30 on the active and the knockout on the Buzzwole baby at the bench. And he was able to do that 30 because he does have the anti on the board. So it's originally 50, but resistance is 20 negative. So onto Dennis' side. He is going to play his second another Zapdos down. Well, I'm sorry, he already had that one. Okay, so switch ability, Stellar Wish. And now he's going to be able to escape board out of that and send his hurt Zapdos up, possibly, to be able to do 80 damage to that active Buzzwole. And if he's get Choice Band, he's going to be able to do some more damage. Along with Electro Power. So I mean, if he's hanging on to Electro Powers, okay, so there's an Electro Power from that Stellar Wish. So I believe that is the plan, to do as much damage as you can this turn. Either with a hurt Zapdos or the new Zapdos he's got. Okay, so he is going to Guzma the hurt Buzzwole, and it's going to play 2 Electro Powers. So we're doing the math here, and it is knockout for that. Okay, so that Guzma 2 Electro Powers on that hurt Buzzwole was able to get him the first 2 prizes on Dennis' side, but now Lou is in the Beast Ring range. So if he can get some Beast Rings going, he will be set up pretty well, because then he's going to be able to use Absorption GX or either the GX move on the Buzzwole to keep getting those knockouts out. And also Sledgehammer right now from the Baby Buzz is also going to be hurting. It will be enough for knockouts on the Zapdos, since he does have not Jirachi, but the INC out. So it would be 120 plus the 20, so 140 total, just enough to knock out those Zapdos. So I believe that's what he's doing. He's digging in for those Beast Rings. Alright, so he did play 1 for energy attachment onto the bench 1. Looks like he's just gonna Jet Punch onto the active, which that will get him knockout on the active Zapdos and 30 more damage onto one of the bench Pokemon. So mainly energy attachment for the turn, since he won't be able to get the knockout this turn. So on Dennis' side, he's gonna want to possibly put that Jirachi in the active, Stellar Wish to get some more cards out of his deck. Energy attachment on Zapdos. Choice Band would be nice too, to be doing some damage. Okay, so it looks like Lou's gonna Jet Punch for the knockout on the active, 30 onto the bench Zapdos to get it ready for another knockout. Dennis promotes the Jirachi So Dennis does need a lot to get these knockouts right here. And he's already used to electric power, so he's not going to be able to get a one-hit knockout on a fresh Buzzwole. So he's going to start pinging away. I believe if he plays Tapu Koko, you know, that would help in the situation, because that would be 200 damage right now. So that would put him 2 prizes ahead. But Dennis Lou's going to come back and knock it out easy. So let's see what Dennis ends up playing. If he can get some more Zapdos. Okay, so there is a Beast Ring going on from that Stellar Wish that he chooses to get. Now does he have another Baby Bus to get some energies out? Thin his deck out. Okay, so Brooklet Hill, search for that Buzzwole. It looks like he is going to get that Buzzwole. Okay, so pulled out the Buzzwole. So this is going to be good, because he's going to be able to Beast Ring onto that Baby Bus along with Energy Attachment onto that Zapdos. So he's going to be able to have 2 single prize attackers ready. And on this turn, he's able to do 120 with a Sledgehammer. So I think that would be the best route, because if we can do that 120 to the active Buzzwole GX, on next turn Dennis can come and Energy Attachment onto Zapdos and also swing with the Zapdos for the knockout. He just needs an Energy Attachment onto that Zapdos for this turn though. Okay, so it looks like he is going to Guzma, bring out that Diancie. And it looks like he is going to do Sledgehammer for that 120 to knock out that Diancie. Now the Diancie, he's not going to be a Rescue Stretcher anymore, so that's going to make his Buzzwole GX attacks do 20 less. So if he's going to start using Jet Punches, it's going to take forever to take those knockouts. So he's forcing Lou to use the Absorption GX and his GX attacks, or that Knuckle Impact attack as well, which is going to cost him turns and switching, and Guzma's out. So it's going to slow Lou down, but he's still going to be able to get knockouts, but it's going to slow him down. So it looks like we did get a Beast Ring onto that Baby Buzz on Lou's side. We see Beast Energy in Lou's side along with Guzma. I did not see the other 2 cards. And I think he's thinking about putting... He doesn't want to put that Beast Energy down yet. Okay, so it looks like he's going to Guzma out that Jirachi, attach Beast Energy onto that Buzzwole, and this will be knockout. Let's see, it forced Lou to use one of his big attacks. So that's what Dennis wanted, to force him to use his big attacks. And now it's gonna... Now Lou either has to switch Guzma out again to attack with the fresh Buzzwole, or either he's gonna force him to use GX on a single prize attacker. Okay, so Dennis does bring out that Buzzwole for the active. Gets another Zapdos out. It looks like he might Coco Prism to attach some energies onto the Zapdos. So Skateboard's out. Gonna get that Jirachi in the active, so he can use that Stellar Wish. Alright, so then he pops off the Stellar Wish. And on Lou's side, he's got energies everywhere, so I'm pretty sure Dennis is holding Tapu Koko Prism and Tapu Koko GX for that final knockout that he might need against Lou, since Lou has so much energy out in the board state. Because Dennis can afford to single energy attachment, keep sending Zapdos up, start pinging some damage on, or give him those small knockouts to get him closer to that win condition that he needs. Okay, so he's going to play the switch. Is he going to get the knockout here on this Buzzwole? No, he did not play Electro Flowers. Okay. So was not able to get that knockout on this Buzzwole, but that's okay because this Baby Buzz is only going to be able to do 10 damage to the active Zapdos. So right now, Lou needs a Guzma Switch ability card to get that Baby Buzz out of the active, unless the energy attachment and starts doing the second attack on that Baby Buzz. But I believe the better route would be the Guzma something else out, so he can start using those bigger GX Pokemon that he has that can get him the knockouts every turn. He wants to stay ahead of the price race against Dennis because Dennis can catch up with just taking those 2 prizers. So let's see what he opts to do here. It looks like he is going to Guzma out that Jirachi again. And he's going to be able to knock it out this turn. And it looks like Lou used Max Potion on that Baby Buzz. So that's going to prevent Dennis from taking that knockout out on that Baby Buzz. So Knuckle Impact on the Jirachi passes over to Dennis. Dennis promotes that Baby Buzz. So I believe Dennis is gonna have to switch out again. He does not want to bring the Coco GX out yet. So we see Tapu Koko Prism. It looked like a Marshadow in his hand as well. I believe he's counting his Guzma counts right now. So even with the resistance that Dennis has against those Buzzwole, it's still hard against that those Buzzwole GX right now, since Lou has them charged up and ready to go to be able to use those Knuckle Impacts and Absorption GX if it needs to be. So it looks like Dennis is going to play the Rescue Stretcher to get 2 Jirachis and the Zapdos back into his deck. He might play a Ball Search. Might be eyeballing that Marshadow too. Okay, so he's going to opt to play that Coco. Looks like he is going to get some energies onto the board state. Using Tapu Koko's Prism's ability. So it looks like he's going to play the support for the turn, which is Volkner. He's going to get an item and energy out. So possibly a switch card to swing in with that Zapdos. A switch card energy. Okay, so he's getting an Ultra Ball, right? So with that Ultra Ball, he's going to throw away the Marshadow and I believe an S-Ball to get that Tapu Koko GX out. And with this, if he plays a Tapu Koko GX on this turn, he's going to be able to get that knockout on that active Buzzwole, because it's going to be knockout with all those energies that Lou has on his side. Energy attachment for the turn, ability to bring it up, and GX for the knockout on that active one. Okay, so that's the only card Lou needed for that energy attachment to get him to win. That was the best play Dennis could play on his side of the board state with what he had going on at the moment. The Tapu Koko GX was able to knock out that active Buzzwole with all the energy Lou had out. So that was the trump card for Dennis' side. So on to our third round, we have Brandon against Kenz. And Brandon's playing his version of Persephone, and I believe he's running a Turtonator and maybe a Flareon, I'm not quite sure. In Ken's side, we have his version of his Water Box decks, which runs Articunos, Quagsires, and Nagadedos as well. And I believe Spice card of Wailord GX. Okay, so on Brandon, he is going to go ahead and energy attachment onto that people and get a Persephone out. You know, he can manually retreat. He does not want to get his people's already hurt. He wants to keep him because he wants to use Nagadato's ability. So on his first turn, Brandon is going to keep Awe for his supporter and get 4 energies out to attach it onto the Persephone. So already it's putting so much pressure on Kenz, but he has to since he is playing against water weakness. So he passes over to Kenz since Kiawe ends your turn. And Kenz is doing the nest ball to get some Pokemon onto his bench. So Kenz, what he's looking for is another Wooper, Diddle, or either another people to get ready for Nagadatos. And the biggest threat on Ken's side of the board state is that Quagsire. So he's able to just continuously move energy around with that Quagsire. Okay, so it looks like he is going to Mysterious Treasure away that Palkia. The Palkia, it won't be necessary for this round since he mainly uses it for the GX ability where it sends all your opponent's energies back into the deck. And since Persephone is just lost owning energies, there's no point to keep it in hand. And he's able to hit weakness with all those Articunos that he's got going on right now, which are also preventing Brandon from using Guzmas or either any kind of item supporter card to get those Whoopers out. So energy attachment onto the bench Articuno. It looks like he's gonna fresh hand Lily. So he did get that Quagsire he needs for next turn. So he's going to start loading up that bench Articuno that way with Choice Band. So when that active Articuno gets knocked out, he's able to bring out that bench Articuno to start swinging for weakness and getting those knockouts on those Persephons. So this is a hard match right here because of that weakness, the weakness against the fire. But I believe Brandon does play another Spice card just for this deck specifically. Okay, so Ken's side of the board state, he's got a full bench right now. He's got a Wooper, Quagsire in hand, so he's looking pretty set for his next turn, and also has some draw power with that Oranguru on the bench. All right, so chooses over the pass to Brandon's side. Now Brandon has a fully loaded Persephone along with that active people out. So he's going to manually retreat, send Persephone up. Weakness policy. Okay, so here is that spice that I was talking about that Brandon had on his deck. He played that weakness policy, but it's going to force Brandon to lost zone 3 energies just to get that single prize attacker out. With no supporter for turn, Brandon just passes over after the attack and takes his first prize. Kenz promotes the Articuno, which will not be hitting for weakness, but still going to put some damage on that Persephone. So Nagadato, Quagsire are out already. Aqua Patch, get energy back onto that Quagsire, and he's going to Oranguru. And Lily for 4, I believe. Lots of draw supporter and Kenz's side, along with the Ditto as well. Okay, so he played down Brooklyn Herald Stadium and was able to pull out that Volcanium Prism. Now with that Volcanium Prism, it's going to do some damage as well because I believe it does 100 to the active and 20 to everything on Brandon's side of the board. Okay, so Kenz is going to do that 100 damage to the active Persephone and move 2 energies from that Articuno to that Volcanium. Okay, so Brandon is going to play Mysterious Treasure, get the Tapu Lele, get a Lily out to get some more Pokemon on the bench, and he's going to want to get some Beast Rings ready and move Persephone at this time. He might be able to start using Tapu Leles as well as attacking, that way it's not going to be hitting so much weakness. Because it's going to cost him 3 energies every turn to get rid of those Articunos. Alright, so we do see some Beast Rings in his hand, so he's going to be able to set up. Another Persephone, so let's see what he ends up doing. Okay, so benches that Persephone to get ready for those Beast Rings on his next turn. And he can also use Charge Up ability to put an energy onto the Nagadato. But no, I don't believe he attached return onto the active, so he might either GX or Bursting Burn onto the active Articuno. Okay, so he is going to choose to do the GX attack to get rid of a prize. I believe that was a good decision there, because it got him a prize. So if Kenz gets that knockout, they're tied right now. So it looks like Kenz did play Beast Ring. 2 energies out onto that Nagadedo, since Nagadedo is a beast, Ultra Beast Pokemon. And it's going to be able to move those energies from that with that Quagsire around however it wants. Okay, so Erica's Hospitality for 5 on Ken's side. So what he can do, he can Quagsire those energies up to the Articuno, manually retreat, and send up the Volcanion if he chooses to, or either just keep attacking with that Articuno, since I mean he's attacks and it's gonna get him the knockout right here, and also as soon as he attacks he gets to move those energies onto a bench Pokemon. Okay, so he does attack, he gets the 2 prizes, and moves those energies onto that Quagsire he has bench. And so this puts Brandon in the Beast Ring range. So he does play the first one in his hand. Alright, plays the second one. Get those 2 energies out onto that bench Naganadel. He needs to get a weakness Polysleep out, so that way he's not... Kenz can't just be taking knockouts to slow him down. So it looks like he did play a supporter that gets mini cards in his hand. If you can get another weakness policy, this will be great. I don't believe Kenz is playing Field Blowers in this version of his deck. Alright, so Mysterious Treasure, await an Ultra Ball. Possibly Marshall? Okay, so no. Does he have another weakness policy? So right now, Brandon's still putting that pressure on Kenz. Trying to stay ahead of that price raise. If he's not able to get a weakness policy, then Kenz is going to be ahead. Alright, looks like he got a stadium of his own. He's going to be able to discard energy to draw 3. Okay, so it looks like he is doing charge up to get another energy onto that Naganadel. He is going to need 3 to get rid of that Articuno. So it looks like he's going to opt to discard the 2 from the Persephone and 1 from the Naganadel, since that Persephone is going to be knocked out next turn. So it gets another prize on Brandon's side of the board. Yeah, there's no need to leave energies on that Persephone, since it's going to be knocked out this turn. And right now it puts Brandon where he can use that Naganadel, since he's at 3 prizes, for that Naganadel to hit for 160. And if he gets choice bet on that, he's easily can get a Guzma out for that Tapu Lele and still take a 2 prize of his own, which will put him down to 1 prize. Alright, so Kenz has got a lot of energy on the board where he can just move around however he wants. He still has not energy attached return. He is going to attack with this Volcanion because it's going to knock out that Persephone for weakness and also do 28 to Brandon's side of the board. So it looks like he's going to Mysterious Treasure away, energy to get another Naganadel out. So now he's going to be able to have more energies on the board. So charge up 1. Looks like energy attachment for turn. He is going to move 1 energy from Quagsire up to the Volcanion. Alright. And goes for the knockout here. So he got 2 prizes out of the knockout, 22 Brand's side of the board. He promotes the Tapu Lele. And I think that Volcanion, I'm not sure how much HP it has. It might have 160 actually. So just enough for that Naganadel to knock it out. But he wants to try to get a Guzma to be able to knock out a Guzma choice band to be able to knock out that Tapu Lele on Brandon's side of the board. Okay, it looks like he is playing a Turtonator. Okay, so energy attachment onto the Turtonator, and he is going to Guzma out that Quagsire. Alright, so that is the threat right there. That Quagsire is a threat. So he was not able to get that choice band, but he took out the biggest threat that was on the board state. So now it looks like Ken's played his own Guzma for the weakness knockout on that Turtonator. Okay, so that was both good plays from both players right there. It was just that weakness that gets Brandon, but his deck played out really well. Kiawe first turn and was able to just continuously get knockouts every turn. So Ken's Water Box deck is pretty good right there. The Quagsire, like I said, is the biggest threat in that deck, since its ability is to switch energies around wherever it wants to. You don't have to worry about Nagadeos as much, because as soon as it brings it out, it's only going to stay onto that Pokemon. Alright, so our next round we have Matthew against Bolton. And I believe Matthew's playing his version of a Zapdos box, Pikachu Zekrom box. And Bull is playing the Zygarde Buzzwole, I believe. Okay, so Matthew is going first. He's got an active EVGX. Bull's got the Zygarde on his side. A Nest Ball for that Jirachi. Now, Matthew's gonna want to get that Eevee out of the active because it is weak to fighting. Yes, because just with the DCE, he's able to do, I believe, 100 damage onto that active and attach 2 energies from discard to that Pokemon. So he's going to want to retreat it. I believe the retreat cost on that Eevee might be 1 or 2. I did see a switch in Matthew's hand, I believe. Okay, so he passes over to Bo. Bo is going to energy attach, play a Rockruff down. Okay, so his own Lily. Get some more cards in his hand. Okay, so there's Choice Band. Is this going to be enough knockout here, I believe? Plays the second Zygarde down. Buzzwole, does he have Ultra Ball? Okay, so no. Alright, so chooses the attack, and I believe this is going to be knockout because that's 80 times 2. Yep, it's a knockout. It's able to take 2 prizes on the first turn on both sides. So now it's over to Matthew. Matthew promotes that Jirachi. And he does have... Looks like he has the Zapdos in hand. Oh no, he does not. Okay. So it looks like he is going to Jirachi's Stellar Wish for those 5 cards to see what he can get out of it. Okay, so he needs to get some more Pokemon down. If not, it's gonna be a fast game here. So he needs to get Ultra Balls, Nest Balls, maybe a Shuffle Draw supporter. Okay, so it looks like he is gonna opt to get that Ultra Ball. Yes, so with the Jirachi having a skateboard as well, he can start getting those Zapdos out because they are resistant to fighting. So that Zygarde is gonna be only doing 20 damage, I believe. 30 damage. It's going to be doing 30 damage to the Zapdos. So it's going to take him a while to knock that Zapdos out. Oh, he did have a switch for his last turn, so he should have switched out that Eevee, Stellar Wished. And decides to throw away Cynthia as well, so he had options. Let's see. He wants to get his Zapdos out. Okay, so he's going to go for Coco. With only 1 energy in the discard pile. Okay, decides to play the Tapu Koko GX. And not use the ability. Okay, so it looks like he's going to send away... Is he going to send away for 1 energy? Okay, so yes, he's going to choose to send the Cocoa Prism away for 1 energy attachment onto that Tapu GX. If this last card is a draw supporter, this would be nice. We get that manual attachment. Oh, he already attached return. Alright, and I believe he chooses to pass. Okay. So on to both sides of the state, he's going to attach another DC onto that bench side guard, play his Cynthia, and get some fresh cards in his hand. And let's see what he can do. I believe if he can get some energies into this card, he can load them up. No, he does not want to do that because then the Tapu GX is going to do some damage. Well, he's already doing 200 damage. So that's enough for the Zygarde knockout. Let's see what he managed to do. If he can get Escape Rope, he's able to bring in that Tapu Koko and start doing some damage to it. So benches another Rock down. It looks like he is going to swing for that 50. Okay, so onto Matthew's side of the board. He is going to Energy Attach Return, and it's going to use Stellar Wish for 5 cards. Let's see what he gets out of that Stellar Wish. Looks like Electro Power. He did not need the Electro Power. He had enough for knockout right now. So Choice Band attachment onto that Tapu Koko. He's going to retreat. Promote that Tapu Koko GX. If he does a GX attack, he's going to get knocked out for the 230 damage. If he just chooses to Skyhook Claws, that's only going to be 160. Electro Power in hand only gets him 190, so he's going to have to do that GX. So he opts to take the GX knockout on that Zygarde. Another good thing with a Tapu Koko GX, it's not weak to fighting. So it looks like we are going to get Choice Band attachment onto the active Zygarde. And another double colorless onto that Rock on the bench. Okay, so Ultra Ball. Alright, he finally is going to Ultra Ball those 2 energies away. And when he attacks, he's able to load up those 2 energies from the discard pile onto that Zygarde. Alright, with that Ultra Ball, he is going to get that Diancie to be able to do some extra damage this turn. So that's going to be, I believe, 100 damage. Yep. Okay, so he is going to attack with Zygarde and attach those 2 energies on his discard pile onto that Zygarde. Since he already uses GX, Bo's not worried about him getting this knockout here because he's going to need, I believe, 2 Electro Powers to get this knockout here. So there is 1 Kukui. Oh no, Lily. Okay. For 4, I believe. So if you get to an Electro Power, this is knockout on that Zygarde. Looks like he's got Escape Rope. Okay, so he's going to opt to play Escape Rope, which is going to get him that Jirachi off inactive for another chance to get the Electro Power that he needs, because he can manually retreat with the Jirachi to come back in with that Tapu Koko GX. But the bad thing, it's not going to be on that Zygarde that he wants. So with that Stellar Wish, it looks like he only got a Nest Ball. Did not see the other trigger. Looks like he's going to choose to get that Nest Ball. So he can get a Zapdos and do a free attack with that Thunder Mountain that's out in play to get that knockout on the Rockruff. So he's still able to get a knockout this turn. Just now that Electric Power is going to go to waste his turn. So if he chooses to get the Nest Ball, he can manually retreat with that Skateboard Jirachi. And he does not, I believe he plays the Pikachu Zekrom, but he does not want to bring that out. Alright, so Energy Attachment onto the active Jirachi, retreats its promotes Tapu Koko GX. Okay, it's for the knockout. I believe the better play would have been Zapdos on that one. Alright, so both sides promotes the Zygarde, benches down a Buzzwole, and Eric goes for 2. So if he's Ericing for 2, he both needs some cards in his hand. But he's still able to get this knockout, so it's alright. Okay, so knockout on the Tapu Koko GX for another 2 prize for both. Matthew promotes Jirachi. There is that Zapdos, Energy Attachment. Alright, he's going to choose to do Stellar Wish for 5. He needs to get more Pokemon on his bench, so if he can get another Zapdos, another Jirachi would be good too. Okay, so it looks like he is going to grab that Guzma. Now, if he can Guzma out Diancie with Electropyro, that would work too, or either that Rockruff that has an energy on it, since he has not played support for this turn. But I think he should Nest Ball still for another Zapdos, so he can use the full ability of the Thunder Mountain for that free attack. That way he's already have another Zapdos ready when that Zapdos gets knocked out. He's not gonna be able to get the Zygarde on this turn knockout. He's gonna have to take 2 turns to knock out that Zygarde. Alright, so he's gonna play Hob to draw 3. It looks like he is gonna Skateboard Retreat and swing for that 80 on the active Zygarde. Alright, it looks like he is gonna put some pressure on that Zygarde. Pass it over the bowl. Looks like both did draw into the Beast Ring. Okay, so he's gonna bump away that Thunder Mountain, put on a Booklet Hill. Alright, chooses to use the Beast Ring, and he's probably gonna get that Buzzwole GX ready. Since that Baby Buzz only needs 1 energy to do that Sledgehammer. So even with that resistance, Zygarde is still going to be able to get the knockout on that Zapdos. Okay, so he does choose to put those 2 energies onto the bench Buzzwole. Alright. Okay, so it looks like he got that GX out. And he's going to just start doing some jet punches. So 32 the active and 32 the Jirachi in the bench, which knocks it out. So I think that's what he wanted to do, take away that draw power from Matthew's side of the board. And so now it's going to force him to play draw supporter cards to fish out the cards that he needs. So he's going to play Zeraora. If you can get another Zapdos, start bringing some, you know, that he can retreat it, do some more damage to that active Buzzwole, start putting some pressure around on the whole board state. Alright. Looks like he is gonna nest ball. He does have Zapdos. Alright. So now he just needs an energy and start swinging on those Buzzwoles. Okay, so he is gonna play Rescue Stretcher. Is he gonna? Okay, so he's gonna get the Tapu Koko out or back from the graveyard. He's gonna promote it with the ability energy attachment onto it. But he has no way of getting another energy onto it because both the Tapu Koko GX and the Prism Star or Tapu Koko Prism and the Thunder Mountain Prism are already in the loss zone. So it looks like he is going to Guzma the Diancie and put Zero Aura out. And it's going to choose to pass turn possibly. Okay, so he takes that back and promotes the Zapdos. Okay, so Bo is going to need to get the Diancie out of the active, Goose Mod out somehow or switch. He does have a Lichen Rock in his hand. So he can choose to bring out. So if he can get a Guzma and he can Lichen Rock that Zero Aura out, that's going to be knockout and possibly game taking those two prizes. So either or with Zygarde or Buzzwole, he's going to be able to take out that knockout if he can get that Guzma out. Looks like Matthew's still thinking his plays right here, see what else he can do with his hand that he has. He does have a switch, but he just wants to keep that Zapdos up there. He doesn't want him to take those two prizes. Okay, so energy attachment Beast Ring onto that Buzzwole. It looks like he's gonna Ultra Ball. Is he gonna grab the Tapu Lele for Guzma? I believe that's what's gonna happen here. Okay, so Ultra Ball the way, Tapu Lele, Guzma out, that Zero Aura. He is gonna promote that Buzzwole, and then that's it right there. He doesn't even need Lichen Rock or either Zygarde for the knockout. Alright, which gets him the game. Yeah, it's hard to fight against that weakness, especially since he is playing Pikachu Zekrom as well in that deck, and that was the main focus. I believe he's also playing Jolteon if he's playing Eevee as well. And so on to our next round. It's our 5th round. It's going to be against Rich against Christian. And I believe Rich is playing Zoroark. Christian is playing the Pikachu Zekrom. Sorry for the blur, I think it was just the guys were moving the camera around while they were recording. It is going to fix itself here in a minute. So it looks like Rich is going to play the Ultra Ball on his turn. He's going to get rid of a DCE and I believe another Ultra Ball. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, so he's going to Ultra Ball, possibly search for a Lele to get something going. Or he might have already a draw supporter. Okay, so this is going to be a good match here. Because Christian is able to, if he's playing the turbo version of Pikachu Zekrom, he's able to charge up fast and start taking those knockouts. And if Rich lets him set up the Tagbolt GX, Christian is going to be able to knock out whatever he wants on Rich's side of the board state. So, I mean, he's already got a little Tapu Lele on his side, so that's easy pickings for the Pikachu Zekrom. And if it evolves into that Zoroark, if he takes out that Zoroark and that Pikachu and that Tapu Lele, that's 4 prizes already right there. Compared to the 3 that Rich is going to take. So Rich needs to get his board state set up. So he needs another Zeraora, another Ditto, a Muck. A Muck would be great. So there is that Ditto and a Grimer. Okay, so if he gets that Muck on the board, he's going to be able to shut down a lot of Christian's deck before Christian gets going. So on his next turn, Christian is going to have an explosive start. That way he can bypass that Muck ability, shut down the abilities. Okay, so it passes over to Christian. Christian is going to draw. It looks like he is going to attach that Choice Band, Thunder Mountain. So if he can get Energy Attachment, Tapu Koko, Energy Switch, he is able to take this knockout and also load up another Pikachu Zekrom. Okay, so he's got Ultra Ball away, the Order Pad. Look like a Viridian Force as well to get that Zeraora out. Okay, I believe it would have been better to get a Tapu, to make sure you get the Tapu Koko out. Okay, so he is going to play Erica's Hospitality. Okay, so there is one energy already. He just needs one more. If he can play, is he going to grab the Ray? If he gets the Ray out, Energy Switch, he is able to get this knockout here. Does he play that Ray? Or even a Marshadow. Marshadow will help to get 4 new cards. And it's going to hurt Rich because he already has Muck and Lycanroc. Okay, so he is going to choose to get that Marshadow out to disturb Rich's side of the hand over there. Okay, and it's going to choose to play. So right now, Christian needs either the Rayquaza or the Tapu Koko Prism to get more energies onto the board. I don't remember if he's got some of the discard pile though. Okay, so there is an energy switch. What else did he get? And I believe he's going to have to pass this turn. Oh, just 1 energy away to getting this knockout and loading up another Pokemon. Okay, so on to Rich's side. Looks like he is going to Nest Ball. And he was able to slow him down since he got rid of the Muck and I believe Lycanroc already that Rich had on his side. So now Rich wants to either get a Draw Supporter or get a Zoroark on board to be able to start drawing into cards. So it looks like Rich might get that Rockruff out. What's going on here? Okay, so Rich is going to play Mallow. We get 2 cards and put him on top of his deck. So he's must have not had a good hand after that Marshadow, so he's going to have to set up his next turn with the Draw Supporter or either Zoroark. So possibly Zoroark first and then a Draw Supporter so he can trade something away and draw into it. Okay, so he chooses to get the Tapu Lele and Zoroark, I believe, put on top. So that Marshadow off Christian's first turn did hurt Rich side of the board state because he was gonna be able to already start shutting down those abilities with Muck, and that would have hurt Christian's side of the board. So energy attachment. So now he's got 3 energies with that Thunder Mountain on that Pikachu Zekrom, so he is able to swing this turn and get a knockout and be able to charge up some more Pokemon. The question is he gonna get another Pikachu Zekrom out to charge it up or just charge up that Zeraora since it's only gonna be 2 prizes compared to 3? Because eventually this active Pikachu Zekrom is gonna be taken out with that Lycanroc. Christian doesn't have to take it out first. And so it looks like Draw Supporter was already played. So no Guzma this turn to get that Rockruff out of the bench into active. Okay, so it looks like we did full blitz here to get that knockout on the Zeraora. And he's gonna... Alright, so he is digging in his deck to get those 3 energies out. Alright, where is he going to attach it? Is he going to put the pressure on Rich to force him to find that Lycanroc to get that knockout, energy attachment. Okay, so it looks like he is going to trade away that max potion. And Christian did choose to put those energies on the Zero Aura, which I think was the best option for that turn, since Rich has the possibility of taking out this Pikachu Zekrom out this turn. It's going to be a lot of digging, but it's possible. Okay, so he's going to Nest Ball another Rockruff out, Tapu Lele to get a supporter out, and he already traded, so he can't get the Mallow to get what he needs exactly. I think Tapu Lele. No, he had a trade to draw into that Tapu Lele. Okay. So we are going to play Field Blower on Rich's side to get rid of that Choice Band and a Lily out of that Tapu Lele that he grabbed. So for 16 cards, so all he needs is Lycanroc or either Ultra Ball. So there is that Lycanroc already in hand. Energy attachment. Okay, so with the regular attack, he's able to get the knockout on this Pikachu Zekrom here. He doesn't even have to use the GX on his turn right now. Okay, so he is going to bump away the Thunder Mountain, and I think he had a Pokemon Communication. If he's able to use that, I would have gotten Muck out this turn. Because that would have been where Christian couldn't use his abilities Zero Aura, Smart Shadows, or Tapu Leles at all, or either Tapu Koko Prism. Okay, so Rich did take that knockout, took 3 prizes that turn, passes over to Christian's side. Christian's going to promote that Zero Aura. Now this is a rough match for Chris because it is hitting for weakness. Okay, so it looks like he is going to get another Pikachu Zekrom out. And he's still able to use abilities on this turn since Rich did not get that Muck out. So energy attachment onto that bench Pikachu Zekrom. And it looks like we got the knockout with that Plasma Knock. Alright, so passes over to Rich. He does pull out that Muck off the top deck, which will be nice because then he's going to force Christian to have to Guzma instead of just retreating with Zero Aura's ability. Okay, so looks like a double colors energy onto that Zoroark. Pokemon Communication away another Zoroark. Is he going to get the Lycanroc out? No, another Zero. Okay, so he's going to get another one ready. And on this turn, I think if Rich was able to have counter gain and energy, he would have promoted that Rockruff out, which would have got him another easy 2 prizes right there. And energy's out of the board state for Christian's side. And so it looks like he is going to play a Professor Clue for his supporter, which is going to do what, 140 total to that Zero Aura, unless he plays a Choice Band. Okay, so we are gonna get that Pow Pad going. Let's see, so he's gonna get a Mallow back and the Kukui that he just played. Alright. So if Rich does not get this knockout, Christian needs to get that Zero Aura out of there so he can attack again, and possibly some energy switches to move 2 energies, or at least 1 energy from that Zero Aura onto the active Pikachu if he decides to switch it. Okay, so he is going to play that Muck now, so that's going to cause Christian to force him to use switches or either Guzmas or either manually retreat. Okay, so if Rich promotes that Lycanroc, I think he's opting not to use the ability. Okay, so he is going to use it to start doing some damage onto the Pikachu's Zekrom. So it is going to put pressure on Christian now, because if he does not get this knockout on this Zoroark, then next turn he is going to Rich is going to be able to get that knockout. Okay, so all Christian needs is some energy attachment, energy switch to get, oh, and some electro powers possibly too. Okay, so I would, on his side, I would play, is he playing order pad? Okay, order pad, let's see if he got it. He did not get it, okay. So play the Zapdos, energy attachment onto the Pikachu Zekrom, and then Lily for, okay, so he's gonna attach onto the Zapdos. Lily for 5. No, Guzma. Okay, so he decided to Guzma, bring out that Lycanroc out, and swing for that 80 with that Zapdos. Okay, so all Rich needs on his turn is a Guzma here. Okay, so it looks like Rescue Stretcher is being played. I believe Zoroark decks only play 2 Guzmas, since they are using Lycanroc's ability to target their opponent's side of the board state. Okay, so a Guzma here would get him. We'll get him the knockout, since it's already 150 on that hurt Pikachu Zekrom. So can he dig for it? Or maybe they're all used already. I think at this time we had a judge ruling. I don't remember exactly what it was for, but it must have been big. Nothing was out the outcome. Alright, so he's gonna trade away that Pokemon communication. He did not get what he needed. Okay, so it looks like he might trade away that switch, or he's going to play the switch. Okay, so he's going to choose to play the switch, get that Zoroark inactive, and he's going to be able to get this knockout on the Zapdos. So energy attachment onto that Lycanroc with counter gain in his hand as well, just in case he does get this other knockout on Christian's side. Okay, so Righteous beating for the knockout against that Zapdos. He is going to promote that Pikachu Zekrom. Does he have energy switch? He does have one of the pieces that he needs. That. Okay, yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff right now. A lot of good stuff. He might be able to pull off the Tag Bolt GX actually. He might just be able to pull it off. Did he get energy? He's got 3. So he's got a Tapu Koko. He can get some more energies. I see 2 energy switches. Was that 3 energy switches? So that would put him at 4, 5 energies this turn, so he's missing 1 energy. Okay, so he's not going to be able to get that energy. Okay, so he was going to try the retreat with the ability of Zoroark, but cannot do that since he has the Muck in play. So that means no Coco at all either. So what he could have done is get another Zapdos. What's going on here? Okay, so what he ended up doing was energy switch onto the active, manually retreated the active to bring up that Zero Aura, and I believe he's going to use the GX on Zero Aura to load up. Yep, to load up that a bench Pokemon, so he can grab I think up to 5 energies. So Zero Aura's GX ability is for 1 energy, and he gets to grab 5 energies from the discard and load up to however he likes on his board state. So he chose to put them all on his Pikachu Zekrom, which, if next turn all he needs is 1 energy, he's able to do the Attack Ball GX. So it forces Rich to get in, to absolutely get a Guzma to knock it out this turn, or either, yeah, it's gonna, to get this knockout, he's gonna have to Guzma out that, because it is a big threat. And I believe I did see a Cynthia in Christian's hand. So if you can Cynthia get energy, choice band, or either electro power, he's able to get that. Just, yeah, the Zorak knockout and the top lane knockout as well. Oh wait, never mind. He's not gonna be able to do that. Christian just used his GX, so he's not gonna be able to do that. But he does have that Pikachu Zekrom locked and loaded. So that's still going to force him to get Choice Band and Electro Powers out to be able to attack. Okay, so it looks like Rich is attaching DCE, Choice Band, manually retreats. Yep, manually retreats and gets the knockout on his arrow for the weakness right there. So that was definitely an interesting round. It was very hard for Christian, but Christian played his deck very well with his hand that he had to the best of his abilities. It's just that weakness hurts him, and those 3 prizes also hurts. And he missed that crucial 1 energy attachment that he needed on that first turn to do the first turn full blitz. I think if he was able to do that, it was going to be a better board state for him. Or either when he had a Guzma out that Lichen Rock, or the Rock out to get the knockout. And so on to our next round. It's the top cut. We have Kenz against Dennis for top right here. So again, Kenz, he is playing his Waterbox deck, and on Dennis's side we have his version of Zapdos Buzzwole deck with some good spice in it. So it looks like we got 2 Articunos on Kenz's side. Dennis is going first with the active Buzzwole, using Nest Ball to go ahead and do his first deck check. I believe he's going to grab that Jirachi. So the bad thing, him having Zapdos is great and all, but it still does not get those knockouts on those Articunos for weakness, because Zapdos does not hit for weakness. We learned this the hard way when we were playing against Kenz. And so it is not easy one-shots for Dennis's. So he's going to have to use the Electro Powers, I believe, to hit that exact 110 to knock out those Articunos. Okay, so we did promote that Jirachi. Stellar Wish, grab Nest Ball. He's going to use Nest Ball right now to grab Zapdos to start getting him ready. So energy attachment onto that Zapdos. So now Dennis does have the Zapdos ready. If he can get Skateboard, this will be nice because, well, then let me see. Kenz won't be able to attach 2 energies on his turn next turn. He might be able to do it with the bench one with Aqua Patches and whatnot, but then that would cause him to do a switch card to be able to get the active into the bench. So it's a lot to do for him to get that first turn knockout against that Jirachi. Okay, so on Ken's side, looks like we got Guzma, Radiant Forest, some energies. I can't see, maybe a Palkia GX. Okay, so he's going to choose to play that Forest, throws away an energy to grab another energy, and that's how this deck works. You want to have energies in the discard so you can use Magnetos and Quagsires to move everything around. So it does not hurt. It does not hurt Kenz to discard energies since he's going to be getting them back. So it's a free resource for him. Alright, let's see what he chooses to play. I haven't seen a draw supporter for Kenz's side yet. Okay, so Erica's Hospitality. Okay, so he was able to draw 3. Did he get what he needed? This is the question. Okay, so he's, well, it's a slow start for Kenz, but he's still able to get at least a line of Nagatos going. He really wanted a Whooper out first, though. Okay, so slow start for Ken's side, but that's okay. Because Dennis is still going to have to use Electro Powers to get these knockouts on these Articunos. Okay, so passes over to Dennis' side. Dennis is going to draw. It looks like he is dishing out something. Let's see what he's going to get. Alright, so he used the Variant Force to get an energy out. If you can get another Zapdos energy attachment, it's going to be pretty set up. Okay, so stay. Looks like he's got an Ultra Ball. Let's see what he gets. Nope, he's going to grab the Ultra Ball from the Stellar Wish, alright. Alright, he is going to play the switch to get that Zapdos up. Electro Power for the knockout right here. Okay, so he is going to take that knockout on that Articuno. Let's see what Kenz get. Okay, so it looks like he got the Naganado Evolve. He is going to do the charge up ability, grab the energy from this card. Gonna use Viridian Force to discard another energy and search for another one out. Alright, so it looks like he's gonna opt to play it on the Articuno and passes over. Okay, so another Switch Skateboard Electro Power will get him another knockout on this Articuno, or either a Guzma to knock out that Naganado. Or you might be holding on his Guzma so you can take out those Whoopers out. Okay, so energy attachment onto the Zapdos, so you might be looking at a manual attachment. He's got Coco in his hands, so he's able to get those energies back onto the board state. So I believe that's what he might be doing here. He might be getting another Zapdos out. Okay, so there is that Zapdos. Does he have Electro Power? He does not. He does have a switch though. So manually retreats, sends the Jirachi up, Tapu Koko's ability to charge up those same Zapdos up. And it looks like he is going to choose to Cynthia first before he uses Stellar Wish. So he needs an Escape Board and Electro Power to be able to get this knockout in this Articuno. And with 6 fresh cards and then also Stellar Wish. Alright, so Stellar Wish. Looks like he did get that skateboard he needed. Alright, so he's going to be able to retreat it and swing with the Zapdos, but I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get the knockout since he did not get the Electro Power that he needed. Okay, so he swings for that 80. Passes over to Ken's side. Okay, so Ken's, he needs to get some draw supporters and Pokemon going. Okay, so he does get the Cynthia. I think he was trying to thin out his hand before he played that. I believe. Yeah, because even with... Well, I guess he could have reinforced first, get our energy attached to Articuno. That way when that Articuno attacks, he moves energies around. He won't be able to get the knockout on that Zapdos, but it's alright. Okay, so energy attachment. He does have Ultra Ball, but this is a hard choice right here because he's going to have to figure out where he's going to go away. Or he can bump off that stadium and get a Whooper going. Yeah, no. He's going to use it first. Looks like he's going to bump it away after using it first. Is he going to get a Whooper or he's going to get another Articuno? Okay, so he is going to get another Articuno. That way when this Articuno goes down, he's able to move those energies to that Articuno and continue swinging. So he still has Ultra Ball. He's going to opt not to use Ultra Ball to do 70 damage onto the active Zapdos and move those energies onto his bench Articuno. And so onto Dennis's side. Looks like he is going to play the switch into that Jirachi since Jirachi has a skateboard. And Stellar Wish right here. So if Dennis can get a Guzma, this would be great too. Guzma or Electric Power. Okay, so that's your Electric Power. He's probably setting up for his next attack since he's able to just swing in and get that knockout on that Articuno. He can swing in with non-hurt Zapdos so that Articuno can't knock it out. Yeah, I believe that's probably what he just wants to stay. Or he does have Guzma in hand too, so he does have two pieces. Okay, so now he's going to choose to just swing in with that and save that Guzma. Okay, so another knockout. Kenz is going to promote that Magneto up. And looks like he's going to get... I am that Volcanion from that Brooklet here. Okay, so he is going to get that Volcanion. I wonder if he's got Aqua Patch energy in hand. If he's got that, he's able to load up 2 energies already onto that Volcanion. Okay, so energy attachment onto the Magneto. Oh no, charge up from the Magneto. Energy attachment onto the Volcanion. So this is what it's going to do. He Guzman out that Jirachi, Articuno attacked, knocks out that Jirachi, and is able to move those 2 energies onto that Volcanion to get that Volcanion ready to do 120 to everything on Dennis' side of the board. Alright, so it's definitely going to hurt Dennis because he does not have the ability to Jirachi right now unless he Nest Balls. Okay, so it looks like he's going to Brooklet, thin out his deck, or either just search his deck and see what he's got. So it looks like he has that Buzzable GX, but he does not want to bring that out. It's no use for him right now. It's just going to be a 2 prize, easy 2 prize for Ken's side of the board state. Especially since some spread damage is about to go around. Okay, so Dennis needs to switch. He has Guzma. Looks like he is going to Guzma that Magneto. The Electro Power, I think, gets him the knockout. Nope. Okay, so he's going to choose to do the regular damage on that Magneto. So it's going to force... No, not really force because Magneto's retreat cost is 1 and that Volcanion is ready to attack. So maybe Dennis is just slowing that knockout on the hurt Zapdos and saving those Electro Powers for that Volcanion actually. Okay, so it looks like he is gonna manually retreat and go ahead and just charge out that energy again. And now he was able to get that Whooper out, so now next turn he can get that Quagsire going and move those energies around as he pleases. So right now that 100 to the active and 20 to the bench. Alright, so I think Dennis needs 2 Electric Powers and a switch or something to knock out that Volcanion since it is going to be putting some pressure on him. Alright. Let's see what he's got going on here. Alright, so he is going to Guzma out. And it's going to take that knockout on that Naganado with 3 energies on it. And is Ken's going to take 2 prizes this turn? Because that, yeah, he's going to take 2 prizes. He's going to be able to knock out both those Zapdos this turn. If he uses that Volcanion. He's going to be able to, yeah, he's going to be able to take out 2 prizes this turn. And now he's got Quagsire up, so he can move energies around as he wants. Alright. Didn't get cards he can play this turn. Either way, he's going to be taking 2 prizes this turn because it is going to do 20 to that bench. Okay, so there we go. Ken's attacks, does 100 to the active, 20 to the bench, takes out two of those Zapdoses. And leaves Dennis with one prize, or 1 Pokemon left. Okay, so there's a Brooklyn Hill down, so he's able to get another Buzzwole GX if needed. I think he might be able to Beast Ring this turn as well. Yeah, he's going to be able to Beast Ring this turn. He has Beast Energy as well. So it looks like he is going to Ultra Ball. Let's see what he gets out of here. It's a lot. He needs a lot right now. That the Volcanion hurt him. Okay, so he is going to choose to get that Jirachi out. Didn't really need Zeraora. Looks like he is going to Guzma, that way he can Jirachi Stellar Wish. Let's get some more things going on. If he can get an energy, or he needs an energy and a skateboard, that way he can take a knockout on that active Porphyro out. Okay, so it looks like Viridian Forest, Erika's Hospitality, Thunder Mountain are in his Stellar Wish. He's got plenty of energies. Looks like he's going to offer that Erika's Hospitality. Alright, and passes over. Alright, so it's going to force Kenz to attach energy, but it's not going to matter because he can just move an energy up, manually retreat it, and send that Volcanion up again. Okay, so he's going to manually attach, retreat that Pokemon out to promote that Volcanion. So it looks like he is going to play Ultra Ball, 1 Aqua Patch, to grab a Naganado. Look like Rescue Stretcher was what he played it. Okay, so with that Naganado, he's just going to charge up, I believe Aqua Patch as well, so there is that Aqua Patch onto that Articuno. What else is he going to do here? Okay, so he is going to take the knockout there. 20 to the Buzzwole. There's that Nest Ball that Dennis needs to get another Pokemon out. Another Jirachi is coming out. Okay, so Dennis is going to need an explosive hand here to get back in the game. Yeah, so he played the Electro Powers down just to be able to Erika's Hospitality to draw more cards. And it looks like he grabbed Marshadow and a Buzzwole GX. So looks like he might play a switch. Go ahead and use that Stellar Wish. Another switch that he can grab. Okay. And concedes to move on to the next game. Alright, so that was a long first game right there. Dennis was rocking it out first, getting those knockouts consistently. But it kind of slowed down after that Volcanion came out and started paying away some damage. I think that turn where Kenz took those double prizes out of those apples was really what slowed Dennis down. Alright, so we are going to move on to game 2. Alright, so we're getting ready for game 2 here. Let's see how this one's going to play out. Kenz was able to take that first game. Was able to come back. Dennis did start off. He started off well. I mean, he was just taking knockouts left and right. It's just as soon as Kenz was able to get that Volcani out, it kind of changed the turn. It kind of changed the tide over there. Alright, so looks like Kenz is going to mulligan. So that's going to get one extra card in Dennis's hand. Right, we did get an active. Looked like Articuno. He's also going to choose to play that Volcanion down, which once we'll get out of his hand, just in case he's Marshaled, since Dennis is going first. Alright, so we got an active possible GX on Dennis's side. So this is kind of good because then he can just start swinging, pinging some damage around and getting knockouts ready, especially against those Articunos. Okay, so he is going to escape Rose Yellow Wish. Let's see what he gets. Okay, looks like he's gonna grab that nest. He's gonna grab that nest ball or Lily. Okay, so he is gonna choose to grab that nest ball and go ahead and play it right now. So energy attachment onto that Buzzball GX and get the Zapdos out. It's gonna be great. Okay, so he is gonna get his Zapdos ready. I did see some Electro Powers, so if he can start getting those Electro Powers in his hand and ready to take those Articuno knockouts. And right now, since Articuno's not any active, Dennis is able to Guzma out some target Pokemons. Alright, so over to Ken's side, looks like he is gonna force Dennis to switch Pokemon with Volcanion's ability. Aqua Patch onto the Articuno, and he is gonna Lily. Alright, so we did get some of the pieces he needed. He's got a Rangaroo Ultra Ball Nest Ball, so he's gonna get rid of, it looks like Ultra Ball, Guzma, and a Beast Ring away to get that Whooper that he needs. So first turn is pretty good for Ken's side since he's gonna have Nagadado and Gohaxar up next turn, hopefully. And Dennis is not gonna be able to get some knockouts here unless he Guzma's out. Yeah, unless he Guzma's out that Whooper to slow Ken's down. Looks like we are going to play the Mysterious Treasure and get rid of the Rangaroo. Probably grab another, or he's going to grab Nagadado to get ready for next turn. Both good choices. Okay, so he opts to get another Peoples down. So a pretty good start on Ken's side for his first turn. Looks like he's going to Rescue Stretcher, get that Rangaroo, and drop 2 more cards. Alright, okay. What a play there. Okay, so passes over to the Dennis' side. He was unable to attack the first turn. And passes over to Dennis. Let's see what Dennis can do. All he needs is energy attachments, some switches. He's got Guzma in hand. Okay, so he is going to target down that Whooper since he already sees the threat right there. So he just needs an energy. Okay, so there is the energy Thunder Mountain Stadium. So I was able to eliminate that threat right off the bat. And that was the best play Dennis could do right there. He had a Guzma in hand, might as well take the opportunity to get that Whooper out of the play since there was only one at the time. And so now he's not going to be able to Guzma since he has the Articuno out on the active. But that's okay because now he has Electro Power in hand as well, an Escape Rope, another Jirachi, so he's able to set up some chain attacks right here. So Kenz is going to grab another Whooper out. This deck relies on the Quagsire for the continuous knockouts, but on the last game, as you can tell, he was able to just Aqua Patch and Articuno. So if he's able to get Articunos and just move energies around to however he wants, like he just did right now, it's also great. Okay, so it's gonna escape rope. It's gonna force him to switch, and now what Dennis can do is Guzma out that Whooper again to get another knockout. So does he have Guzma? I don't think he does have Guzma. Okay, and that Stellar Wish did not give him Guzma. So he can still get knocked out. Looks like he's gonna have to get that switch card from that Stellar Witch. Okay, so he's gonna be able to switch and still get a knockout on this people there. He wanted to target down that Whooper with a Guzma, hopefully, but he was not able to get it. So it looks like we are gonna play a switch for the Thunderous Assault knockout. Okay, Kenz is going to promote that Volcanion. And Erika's Hospitality here. And there is that Quagsire he needed. Alright, so now he's got the Quagsire, he's going to move some energies around how he wants, and also Naganadel. So now he can do energy attachment onto that Volcanion. Oh, he's got Aqua Patch too, so he's gonna... Does he have any energies in the discard? No, he does not. Okay. So he discarded energy to go... No, he did not. Okay, so Volcanion, 100 damage onto the active and 20 to the bench. So he's setting up chain attacks right now. On over to Dennis's side. Dennis is going to play Stellar Wish. So Dennis has Electro Powers in hand. So if he can get Zapdos Escape Board or either another switch card, he's able to go back in there and take that Volcanion knockout. Alright, so he's going to choose to grab that Cynthia. And it looks like he's going to play it. Alright. So he is going to choose to play it. And right now, I think what Kenz is going to do is use Volcanion's attack as much as you can to put damage on the board, especially on the Buzzwole, and then possibly save that Buzzwole for his last KO that he needs with Quagsire, since Quagsire can do a lot of damage once you move energies to it. Okay, so there is the Electro Power. I think he's going to play it just to get out of his hand. So he doesn't even need energy since he's got Thunder Mountain. He just needs a skateboard or some form of switch. Okay, so here's the Stellar Wish. There is the skateboard. Does he have the Zapdos? He needs the Zapdos. And I believe another Electro Power as well. Alright, so there's the Respirator, so he is going to get that Zapdos out. Thunder Mountain. Alright, he did not get the knockout with the second Electro Power he needed, but he was able to do some damage to that Volcanion, which is a threat right now. Which Kenz is not going to be able to take the knockout next turn because it only does 100 to the active. Okay, so on over at Ken's side, he's doing some math right now, I believe. Okay, so he is going to get rid of Lily, Aqua Patch for an Ultra Ball. What is he going to dig out? What is he grabbing? Looks like he is choosing to grab a second Articuno, since he can start taking those Jirachi knockouts with Articuno, since it does the exact 70 damage that he needs to knock him out. Okay, so he is going to Mysterious Treasure. Just thin out his deck and his hand. He can just Naganadel, get those energies back. Aqua Patch as well, so he is going to do the charge up. And Rangaroo. Okay, so now he's got a third Quagsire, which he does not need. Okay, so he is gonna Guzma out that Jirachi and then Quagsire some 2 energies onto that Articuno, and just as soon as he attacks, he can move those energies back to one of his Pokemon. Okay, so he is gonna get the knockout. Move it on to the fresh Articuno, and now it forces Dennis where he can't use Guzma to target down since that Articuno is inactive. Alright, so what is... Does he have electric powers? No, that's what he needed last turn to get that knockout on the Volcanion there. Okay, so Nest Ball. Nest Ball for that Zapdos. Let's see what he's got. He's got a Vulcaneer, so he's able to get electric power energy that he needs for a knockout, or either a switch. Doesn't even need energy right now. He's got that Thunder Mountain. So I believe he's gonna get that switch to get that Jirachi out. If not, he's just gonna be able to get those knockouts again at Ken's side of the board. So skateboard onto the active. Arc and retreat, energy attachment. Just in case that Thunder Mountain Stadium is knocked away. Okay, so he is able to do some damage onto the Articuno. Let's see what Kenz does on his side. Okay, so it looks like, oh, he's setting up Naganado for that weakness knockout over there on that Buzzball. Yeah. As soon as he gets a Guzma, he can Guzma out that Buzzball and get that knockout there. Alright, so energy attachment onto the Volcanion. He can choose to either move some energies up to the Articuno and take another knockout. No, he's going to force him to switch. Okay. So he's going to force Dennis to switch with that Volcanion ability. Okay, so Kenz is going to move. No, he's not. What's he doing here? Okay, so yes. He moved 2 energies onto the active Articuno and ended up attacking to move them back onto the bench Articuno. So on to Dennis' side, he is going to play Choice Band onto that bench Zapdos. It looks like he chose to play a Nest Ball. Alright, Erica's Hospitality. And that Thunder Mountain Stadium has stayed this whole entire game. Okay, so just regular attack will knock out the Articuno. He can't Guzma out any water Pokemon. He can get rid of the Naganado, but I think he already played the draw support already. Alright, so chooses to swing for 10 damage on him. Okay, so finally that Thunder Mountain Stadium is finally going to be knocked out. Okay, looks like we have energy attachment and Guzma in hand as well. So if he... yeah, he's setting up for that Guzma knockout with that Naganado. Or either Quagsire. Okay, Lily again, that's a lot of energies in Ken's hand. So he needs to get rid of those energies so he can attach them wherever he wants. So mainly attach onto the Oranguru, moves 2 energies up to do the attack and moves them back. So it's able to get another knockout. I believe that puts Kenz down to 2 prizes. And he's already got Guzma in hand, so he's going to be able to... I believe it's 2 prizes, I'm not 100% sure. But if it is, he's able to move all that energy onto the Nagadado and get the knockout on that plus wall. Or either, I believe even Quagsire would get it because it does 60 and then plus 20 for each energy on that Quagsire. Oh no, he is not in that. Since he played Beast Ring, I'm assuming that he is not down to the 2 prizes. So he doesn't want to lose 3 energies just yet. Alright, so it looks like we are going to retreat into that Zapdos to get this knockout here on this Articuno. Alright, so yes, Kenz is at 3 prizes, so that means he can do the 160 right now on this active Zapdos. So that will be knockout, which will put him in that Guzma knockout for his next turn, as long as he hangs out to that Guzma. As long as he doesn't lose the Nagadado, since it has so many energies on it. Okay, so turning point knockout here. Dennis is going to promote the Jirachi. Oh man, okay, so Dennis attaches Beast Energy onto that Baby Bus. So he can do that turnaround swing. Alright, so Dennis chooses the Mars Shadow, which is going to hurt Kenz because he did have Guzma in hand. So that's going to force him to hopefully draw into it again or either search it out. Alright, he's got Ultra Ball, so if this Nagadado is knocked out, he might be able to Tapu Lele if he... Okay, so it looks like Dennis grabs that Guzma. Let's see if he gets this knockout. If he gets this knockout this game. Oh my gosh, double heads right there. Alright, so let's see what Kenz does here. He did have the win condition for this turn coming up, but that Mars Shadow definitely hurt him. So now he is forced to take out single prizes again. He does not want to play that Palkia. So it looks like he's gonna Ultra Ball. Let's see what he gets. If he's got Tapu Lele, then he can. Okay, so it looks like he's gonna grab Diddle. Possibly thin down his deck. Energy attachment. Oranguru. Okay, so he ended up drawing the Guzma he needs for next turn. Oh no, he can use this turn. Okay, so Guzma out. Buzzwole, Quagsire's ability to move all the energies to do 20 for each one. So 60 automatically, that's 120. Yep. Let's knock out that with Choice Band 2. So game 2 goes to Kenz. That Oranguru got him those 2 last Guzmas that he had in his deck. What a crazy draw luck right there. And we are off to our final round of our League Cup here. So our final round is going to be against Kenz again, and we have Dez. And I believe you already saw Kenz play his water version of the deck, and Dez is playing a Venusaur version of his deck. I think the healing version. So we're gonna see how this plays out, and enjoy the rounds. That last round was crazy though. It was back and forth for Top Cut. You know, that's what we expect when we get to see players in Top Cut and how they play, and how they search out every possible avenue for the game, you know, taking out knockouts and what not to do and what to do compared to other players, you know, and that's what really sets them apart from your standard players. Okay, so on to our final round for our Top Cut here. for first and second place, we have Kenz and Des. And I think we had a technical glitch where the game started just first round, I believe, or when Kenz was setting up. And so Kenz ditto Volcanion already, Whooper, Nagadado, I mean Pupil, so he's already set up good, looking real good. Pass over to this side. This has got that Venusaur going on, like with the Shaman he just pulled out. And so, let's see, double colors energy attachment. So Kenz is gonna want to start hurrying up and taking these knockouts on these Venusaurs or either those Shamans, so it stops Des from healing so much. Okay, but Kenz is off to a very good start since he's already got two of his main guys out. Okay, so he's going to try to crushing hammer away that energy fails, which it would not matter for Kenz's side because he's able to get him back. Alright, and Des plays the stadium down and passes over. Okay, so we got Quagsire already on board for Ken's side. Is he going to grab that Nagadado that he needs as well? It looks like he is. So now he is going to be rock and rolling and be able to do 100 damage with that Volcanion. To start doing some damage onto everything on Des' side of the board state. So it's going to put some pressure on Des. He can easily heal it off, but still putting pressure on that and be able to get some damage onto the Shamans is going to be nice. Okay, so Quagsire, Nagadado's ability to get some energy. It looks like he is going to Guzma. Oh man, this is going to be great. Okay, so he's going to Guzma out that Shaman to be able to get this knockout. All he needs is energy attachment. There it is. Okay, so energy attachment for turn on Kenz's side for that Shaman knockout. That's what he wants to do because it's going to prevent Des from doing all that healing. Alright, so energy attachment onto that Venusaur. He is ready to attack this turn. It looks like we got the Shaman Prism Star. And a Shuffle Supporter. I believe he plays Cynthia. So I believe this Venusaur is going to buffing pads, okay. So burn, poison, and confuse. On Kenz's side, he is not burn anymore. He's still confused and poison though. Alright, so second Naganado up. We have a Lily. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? Looks like we're gonna Nest Ball. And Kenz wants to knock out that Shaman and just keep taking the single prizes as much as he can right now. Oh man, okay, so he's gonna get Palkia ready to send the Dez's energies back into his deck, so it's gonna slow him down. But he needs to find a way to get that active Volcanion out of the way. Let's see what Kenz decides to do here. He's got no more energies in the discard right now. It looks like he did swing, got the swing, went through out of the confusion. So it does 100 onto the, yep. Oh, never mind. Takes away 30. Just on the active, not on the bench though. So 70 to the active and 20 still to the bench. Alright, I think that was a misplay there, because it's supposed to be 20 still to the bench, I believe. Alright, so Grassy Shaman gets an energy out. This Volcanion is going to go down, which is okay, because Kenz has got all those Nagadados up. And this is only going to take one single prize attacker, so it's alright. So it looks like he is going to choose to heal for 40. And go ahead and attack. It unlocks out that Volcanion, which is alright. So let's see what we are going to promote. Looks like a Nagadado, since it's got that retreat cost of 1. Okay, so Kenz wants to get as much as energy as he can on the board to use Quagsire's attack to knock out that Venusaur. Or either Palkia right now. Okay, so Aqua Patch gets him that third energy he needs. He already charges up though, so he can't move everything to Palkia. So he's gonna be able to get it onto Articuno and swing it to Articuno. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna Erica's Hospitality here for 4. Alright, we are gonna bump that Stadium away and play that Radiant Force as well. Got Nest Ball, so just in case, maybe get another Wooper out, or I'm not sure what he can play right here. I know he can attack with the Naganado or Articuno, but it'd be best to attack with Articuno. So he is gonna throw away that Ultra Ball, get another energy. Definitely does not want to play that Magikarp Wailord since it's weak to grass. So let's see what's going to happen here. Okay, so Nest Ball here for that second Articuno. Okay, this is going to be great because he's going to be able to promote that Articuno up, move some energies around, and as soon as that Articuno attacks, he can have the second Articuno loaded. So he will not be missing energies here. So there is the energy attachment there. So 70 to that, yep, 70 since there's no Stadium. It's going to move those energies to that Palkia and get it ready to send all those energies back into Dez's side of the... Yeah, every energy back into his deck. So it's going to slow Dez down really bad. So Netball to get another Grass Energy out. I'm not sure. Okay, so he's going to attach it onto the active. Okay, so he might... Lucimine, okay, so Lucimine was played to get that Stadium back. It looked like Crushing Hammer was also played. Alright, and takes that knockout on that Articuno. Okay, does Kenz have enough energies for the GX? 4, I think he needs 5, so energy attachment will get him the energy that he needs to do the GX attack. So he is going to choose the Cynthia. He does run a lot of energy, so there's a high possibility that he is going to get that energy he needs right now for the energy attachment to get that GX off that Palkia going. So it sends all the energies back into Dez's side, and it also does damage as well. So this is going to be great. There we go. So he's going to throw away to get some energies in there, get an energy out. He's going to charge up again. So he's gonna have plenty of energies here. Plenty of energies. Alright, so energy attachment onto the Oranguru, and he's gonna move some energies up with that Quagsire's ability. Alright, so here it comes, guys. He's gonna do some damage, and he's gonna send all those energies attached to Dez's side of the board state into his deck again, so it's going to slow him down. It's going to have to take 2 turns to get some energies out for him to be able to attack, and he's already used so many net balls to get some grass energies out as it is. So that was the proper play on Kenz's side of the board, and here is that double colors attachment. He will not be able to attack this turn, but he is able to heal some damage off. Okay, looks like Cynthia Max Potion, well not Max Potion, but Potion was played along with the Shamans. There is another Potion, another Shaman. I mean, this is the power of this deck right here. It's just so much healing. So add all that damage that he just did, you know, he's back down to 30. So there is that net ball for that grass energy for next turn for Dez. So let's see if Kenz can get this knockout or just keep putting some pressure on this Venusaur. So if he can get enough energies, he can use that Quagsire to take this knockout here. Let's see if this is what happens this turn. And if so, that slows him down even again because he's going to get another Venusaur to get some energy. So he's got energy attachment. He's also got Radiant Forest and Naganados to get some energies back. So it looks like he energy attached. Okay, so he is going to Cynthia. Right now he's got 20, 40. So I believe right now he's got 200 damage on the board that I can see. If he chooses to use Quagsire's ability or attack me. Okay, so he is going to do charge ups. Looks like 1 at the moment. Okay, so he is extremely close to this knockout here with Quagsire. He's doing his math. I think Quagsire has Choice Band as well. If he can throw away with Viridian Forest, possibly get it. No, because the Venusaur has the buffer pads. Okay. Okay, so he is setting it up though. And there's that charge up ability. Chooses not to get another energy out. Alright, so let's see what's gonna happen here. Or I believe Palkia's attack does the same thing actually. Okay. So 200 damage with Palkia. It's gonna put a lot of pressure on Des right here. He does have Guzma if he needs to get out of that burnt and that confusion as well. But he doesn't want to do that because he wants to be able to. Okay, so energy attachment. He wants to be able to get that Venusaur knocked out. Oh my goodness. He was 80. It goes to 60 from all those shamans that he has. This crazy amount of healing. Okay, so ends up attacking. Does the regular attack, doesn't do the pollen hazard? Okay, no, he does do pollen hazard, just hits him for weakness. Okay. Alright, if Kenz is able to do that 200 damage again, he's still not going to be close to it though. He needs Choice Band. So let's see what he decides to do here. Yeah, this is a hard choice right here. Okay, so it looks like we are gonna manually retreat. Move all those energies up to that Quagsire. Charge up on both those Naganados. We still have energy attachment for turn as well, just in case. Okay, so he is going to move all these energies. And Choice Band attached to that Quagsire as well. Alright. So it takes a knockout for 3 prizes with that Quagsire with all those energies. It took a lot of energies, but he was able to get it. That 90 damage that Des left on that Venusaur was what hurt him. And this might be game right here because Kenz does have Guzma in hand. So if Kenz is able to possibly do some more damage, he's able to get this knockout right here, even with the buffer pads. So yeah, because Kenz is at 240 right now, I believe, with Quagsire, with Choice Band attached and everything. So if Kenz can get some more energies, he's got possible. Okay, so he's gonna, looks like he's gonna retreat. He does have Guzma in hand. It looks like we are going to move energies onto the Oranguru, Guzma out a Shaman. Okay, so it looks like he's gonna start taking some. Oh, I think he's down to 1 price. Okay, so he's gonna take the knockout here. He's got 1 more price left. Okay. So that's what it was. I was thinking he still had more. Okay, so he was able to get that knockout with that Articuno on that Shaman, which is okay if Des comes back and takes that knockout here, because either way, I think Kenz has another Guzma in hand to be able to get the last prize card that he needs. Yes, and this Venusaur deck, man, it just heals so fast. And look, even after that Palkia GX, Des was still able to get the Venusaur loaded up fast. That Crushing Hammer was a fail right there. Okay, so it looks like the DCE is coming down. Lucy mean to get some cards back. Okay, so he's gonna get some healing stuff in the stadium. Gonna bump that stadium away from Kenz's side. So that Venusaur is gonna be taking -30 plus buffer pads. It's gonna need a lot here, okay. So that Articuno was not knocked out. And here is that Guzma for that game, okay. So on to game 2, okay, so that was wonderful plays right there from Kenz and Des' side. I mean, they were both going back and forth, and Des was doing all this maximum healing and taking prizes as well. Kenz was just able to get enough energies on the board state to be able to get this crazy knockouts here with this Quagsire and Palkia GX to get all those energies back into Des' deck. It was just crazy. Alright, so game 2 here. Let's see how this plays out, guys. We got some speed shuffling here. It looks crazy when it's fast-paced. So if it looks like Des is gonna go first this turn. So if Kenz is able to get set up again like he did on this first game, he is gonna be in a very good position because he now knows how to take out this Venusaur deck from playing that first round. Alright, so here we go, guys. Both of them did start with some Pokemon that are active. It's crazy. Des only plays I think 8 or 9 Pokemon total. Alright, so we got Shaman and Articuno. Let's see what Des has got going on. I did not see not even an Ultra Ball, so it looks like an energy attachment and pass. Oh my goodness, okay. So energy attach on Kenz's side of the board. Looks like we're gonna Ultra Ball away energy. Yep, he wants to get rid of that energy. Top of Lele that's not needed right now since he's got Cynthia in hand. So he wants to get Ditto Whooper out. Okay, so there is that Whooper. And Tree Spin attachment onto that Whooper. Yep, that's definitely going to be for the end game right there. Cynthia, let's get some more Pokemon side on Ken's side. So that was a hard start for Des. Not even a draw supporter or extra Pokemon right now. I mean, the crazy thing is that Kenz can't get the knockout right now. If he could, this would be game already. Alright, so it looks like he is just going to pass over to Des' side, and Des is going to play Crushing Hammer to slow down that Articuno. Fails. What else do we got going on here? A DCE onto Shaman. Okay. Oh my goodness, okay, so that's what it was. Okay, so Des did not have anything good for his second game, and it cost him the game right there, and Kenz was setting up perfect well too, so he was going to be ahead anyways for that perfect setup, and Des just not being able to draw a draw support or either a net ball or something to get something out. Well, guys, that was for our League Cup that we had at the Underground Games. I appreciate you watching my videos, and I'm sorry it took so long to make it. I had to condense this from 6 hours down to 2. Alright guys, well thanks for watching.